Hello everybody, my name is Esther and I'm here today for introducing you some theories about motivation. Well, before starting with them, I think it's important to talk briefly about what motivation is. As we have seen in our lessons, the concept of motivation is a very wide and difficult concept to explain. But according to the Oxford English Dictionary, motivation is a reason or reasons for acting or behaving in a particular way, but also a desire or willingness to do something, that is, enthusiasm. In our daily experience, lots of our actions are answers to different stimulus that we received, like commands, ideas, events, and at this point, it's motivation what drives us to take the action in a certain way. According to Durney, there are two basic dimensions we should bear in mind. Direction, orientation of the effort in order to get the goal. It implies choosing the proper activities on which we have to focus the effort. And intensity or magnitude, the amount of effort we should do in order to be able to carry out the task. Apart from these two dimensions, we should mention the tenacity, which is also important when talking about motivation. The tenacity is the continuity of the effort along the time. It makes that people overcome any obstacle they could find before reaching their goals. And right now, we are going to see the two main theories named in Theme 1. If you remember them, they are Maslow's hierarchy of needs and Vayner's cognitive approach. Okay, let's go to present the first one. Maslow stated that people are motivated to achieve certain needs and that some needs take precedence over others. Our most basic need is for physical survival, and this will be the first thing that motivates our behavior. Once that level is fulfilled, the next level up is what motivates us, and so on. This 5-stage model can be divided into deficiency needs and growth needs. The first 4 levels are often referred to as the deficiency needs, what are called D needs, and the top level is known as growth or being needs, what are called B needs. Maslow initially stated that individuals must satisfy lower-level deficit needs before progressing on to meet higher-level growth needs. However, he later clarified that satisfaction of a needs is not an all-or-none phenomenon, admitting that his earlier statements may have given the false impression that a need must be satisfied 100% before the next need emerges. Physiological needs are the physical requirements for human survival. If these requirements are not met, the human body cannot function properly. Physiological needs are thought to be the most important. They should be met first. This is the first and basic need on the hierarchy of needs. Without them, the other needs cannot follow up. Some of them are air, water, food, sexual instinct, sleep, clothing, and shelter. Safety needs are linked with the feeling of being safe. Without danger, everything is in order and quiet, no natural disorder, family problems, lack of work, or absence of money. This level is more likely to predominate in children as they generally have a greater need to feel safe. Safety and security needs include personal security, financial security, health and well-being, and safety needs against accidents, illness, and their adverse impacts. Love and belonging needs is the third level of human needs and represents interpersonal and involves feeling of belongingness. This need is especially strong in childhood and it can override the need for safety. Deficiencies within this level of Maslow's can adversely affect the individual's ability to form and maintain emotionally significant relationships in general. These needs include friendships, intimacy, and family. According to Maslow, humans need to feel a sense of belonging and acceptance among social groups, regardless whether these groups are large or small. Esteem needs are ego needs or status needs developed a concert with getting recognition, status, importance, and respect from others. All humans have a need to feel respected. This includes the need to have self-esteem and self-respect. Esteem presents the typical human desire to be accepted and valued by others. Most people have a need for a stable self-respect and self-esteem. Maslow noted two versions of esteem needs, a lower version and a higher version. The lower version of esteem is the need for respect from others. This may include a need for status, recognition, fame, prestige, and attention. The higher version manifests itself as the need for self-respect. For example, the person may have a need for strength, competence, mastery, self-confidence, independence, and freedom. This higher version takes precedence over the lower version. And finally, self-actualization. What a man can be, he must be. This level of need refers to what a person's full potential is and the realization of that potential. Maslow describes this level as the desire to accomplish everything that one can, to become the most that one can be. As previously mentioned, Maslow believed that to understand this level of need, the person must not only achieve the previous needs, but master them. The other theory, the cognitive approach to motivation, suggests that we are motivated by our thoughts, expectations, and goals. There are two types of motivations. Intrinsic motivation, we do things because we enjoy doing them. For example, we exercise because it feels good to exercise. And extrinsic motivation, we do things because of the tangible rewards. Example, good grades, money, etc. For example, we exercise because we want to lose weight. Weiner also mentioned three principal concepts related to motivation. The attribution theory, our past successes and failures affect to our expectations and through them to our performance. Defenselessness, what has been learned. We think that because all our previous mistakes, it's useless try to change future situations. And finally, self-efficacy. It deals with the idea we have about our own effectiveness in front of a task. Well, as you can imagine, these two theories about motivation are not the only ones, but there are lots of them. However, I chose only 4 of them, which I'm going to present very briefly to you right now. They are needs of theory, theory X and theory Y, expectancy theory, and ERG theory. Needs theory. An individual's specific needs are acquired over time and are shaped by one's life experiences. Most of these needs can be classified as achievement, affiliation, and power. This model was developed in 1960s, 2 decades after Maslow's theory, proposed in the early 1940s. McClellan stated that we all have these 3 types of motivation regardless of age, sex, race, or culture. The type of motivation by which each individual is driven derives from their life experiences and the opinions of their culture. So, the need of achievement, as the name itself suggests, is the urge to achieve something in what you do. It is the need that drives a person to work and even struggle for the objective that he wants to achieve. Such people avoid low-risk situations because of the lack of a real challenge and their understanding that such achievement is not genuine. They also avoid high-risk situations because they perceive and understand it to be more about luck and chance and not about one's own effort. The need for power is the desire within a person to hold control and authority over another person and influence and change their decision in accordance with his own needs or desires. The need to enhance their self-esteem and reputation drives these people, and they desire their views and ideas to be accepted and implemented over the views and ideas over others. These people are strong leaders and can be best suited to leading positions. Finally, the need for affiliation is urge a person to have interpersonal and social relationships with others or a particular set of people. They seek to work in groups by creating friendly and lasting relationships and has the urge to be linked by others. They tend to like collaborating with others, to competing with them, and usually avoids high-risk situations and uncertainty. Theory X and Theory Y. In 1960, McGregor developed a leadership theory about organization and management in which he represented 2 opposing perceptions about people. Theory X starts from the assumption that people are naturally lazy, want to avoid work as much as possible, do not wish to take responsibility, have no ambition, and prefer to be supervised. The authoritarian leadership style is therefore the most appropriate leadership style in Theory X. People want to avoid work and they must be continually coerced and controlled. Therefore, the system of rewards and punishment works best for them. Furthermore, their task and how this should execute must be laid down in detail. According to this theory, people definitely do not wish to bear any responsibility for their work. Expectancy theory. Whereas Maslow looks at the relationship between internal needs and the resulting effort, Bloom's expectancy theory separates effort, which arises from motivation, performance, and outcomes. Bloom's expectancy theory assumes that behavior results from conscious choices among alternatives whose purpose is to maximize pleasure and to minimize pain. He stated that effort, performance, and motivation are linked in a person's motivation. He uses the variables expectancy, instrumentality, and valence to account for this. Expectancy as the belief that increased effort will lead to increased performance, instrumentally as the belief that if you perform well, that a valued outcome will be received, and valence as the importance that the individual places upon the expected outcome. For the valence to be positive, the person must